I want to say this, man. That place tonight was just on fire. Fifth Third was electric. I loved how early people were here. It had our guys so ready to play, and it's what makes this place one of the most special places to coach and play college basketball. Keep doing it for us. Don't let it just be for the crosstown. That was awesome. So I appreciate all our fans that came out tonight. I really believe this. You know, I looked down and I felt it the whole night. But you shoot, let's see here, 37 from the field and 25 from three. And we're a really good offensive team, guys. We got really good offensive players. But you go 37 to 25. I mean, God, we're missing layups. It just felt like there was a crazy lid on it. And you find a way to win the game. That's Cincinnati basketball. Those are the best wins as a head coach. Those are the wins that I'm the most proud of my career. It just feels like you can't score. You know, whether it's a bad possession, we had a couple, but there's some good possessions that we get great opportunities, and we couldn't even catch a lob and dunk it in the second half. You know, we're missing uncontested layups. I mean, stuff like that was happening. It was just not our night offensively, but we still found a way to win. I'm so proud of that because every night's not going to be like that. We're a good offensive team. So that's Cincinnati basketball. I thought our guys showed a tremendous amount of toughness and edge. And then I'll kind of get into the next thing. Like, we go into the locker room and Kenyon Martin and Corey Blunt and Steve Love. I mean, it's like, how about all the foreign players that were not? I won't keep going because I'm going to leave some really, all of them are important. I will leave some big-time names out. But how about all those guys coming back for this and being in our locker room? Like, this is a basketball family, Cincinnati. And to start having guys from different generations and eras and enjoying it and, you know, getting to know our guys, that's really special. So that was really cool for all of us tonight. And then, guys, I found a home here in Cincinnati. I love it here. And I told our team this in the locker room. I thanked them because I found a home and I don't want to get kicked out of my home. And if we never figured out a way to win this damn crosstown shootout, I was worried everybody's going to run my ass out of town. And so I'm glad we won one so that they won't kick me out of town because I just love coaching here so much. But, you know, I didn't think anybody played their best game on our team offensively. We had some moments that, you know, we didn't get to loose balls and sprint back, and I thought that compounded some mistakes. But I thought deep down our guys just played with a lot of edge and toughness and stayed with it and just wanted to figure out a way to win the game. If you ask me one guy that I thought was pretty dang good tonight, because I didn't think anybody was great, and I mean that in a good way, is Dillon Mitchell. I thought he just made an impact. You look down, he's 4 for 5, 3 for 5 from the line. You know, gets to 11 and 10, double-double, and he made a major impact on the game. And so Dillon probably had a nice game, and there's a lot more in there with him. But I don't think anybody else played to the level they can. But our team played with a lot of grit and toughness, and as you guys know, that's what Cincinnati basketball is all about. So I'm really proud of this one. I hope that our fans, our players enjoy it till midnight, and then we turn the page and get ready for the next one.
Questions for coach and players?
Dan, you, Seamus, and Jizzle all had your different struggles from the floor throughout the game, but in the final 5-6 minutes, you all managed to step up. What does it say about the mentality that you guys have, that you don't dwell on it and let it get you down? You just keep playing, and eventually you got the win?
Yeah, man. It felt good to get back out there with my team. And, hey, for the whole team, shots weren't falling. We were getting good looks and weren't hitting them. We just trusted in our process and what we do every day. And we just kept fighting, man. We won that game because we fought. You know, we didn't have the best field goal percentage, free throw percentage. And,
No, free throw percentage is better. Now that's why this game doesn't make any sense, Dan, because normally we don't throw it in the ocean from the free throw line. We're going to change it this year, but 19 for 26. You know,
that was good. That was good.
Yeah, 73.
Three-point field goal.
Yeah,
three-point field goal wasn't that strong in the first half and nearly the whole game. So I'm glad we fought. We won that game because we fought and we rebounded and we just played tough and kept believing in ourselves and stayed together the entire game.
Dillon, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Just what was your thought following the game in terms of this rivalry and the atmosphere out there today?
I mean, is my first year here, but I could easily say, like, that was by far the most fun I've had in college basketball, like, by far. That was 100% the best atmosphere I've ever been in, home or away. I mean, that was so much fun to play, and especially being new here, I wasn't, everybody talks about the whole Xavier Cincinnati rivalry, but, I mean, to be a part of it, and then having that type of fan, like all the fans out like that, I mean, it pushed us to a whole nother level, I think, just as far as we knew shots were falling, we knew we were making mistakes, but, I mean, digging through to the end just for the city, I mean, just for us, for our brothers, that's what it was all about. So, I mean, like I said before, that was the most fun I've had tonight, and, I mean, if we have fifth third like that every game, I don't see how anybody could really come in here and take a win from us.
Keegan and Ross.
Coach, how much of that win was for guys who were here earlier, like David DeJulius, John Newman, Odio Guama, guys who helped you kind of build it to where it is now, but weren't really able to beat Xavier during their career here?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, Keegan. The guys that ESPN flew in for the game asked about our program, what we're proud of the last 3 years, and I probably gave them a terrible answer, but I believe it. I feel like if you ever, in the last 3.5 years, take a snapshot of time, 2-3 months of time, or any kind of cycle in our profession, we get better. Now, it's not always linear. There's ups and downs and peaks and valleys, but I think when you ever look at it from 60,000 feet, we've consistently improved in 3.5 years, and I'm really proud of that. That's not just because these guys that are with us now are better. It's because the guys that came before them have contributed to keeping, to helping this program continue to take steps forward. And so, everybody told me how crazy this game is, and you can't explain it and all that. Guys, if you'd have told me we'd have made 19 free throws tonight and shot the percentage we shot in one, I go, that don't make any damn sense. But everybody's told me how crazy it is. Our first year here, we got smacked over there, and then the last 2 years, I mean, I got the game where David hits the three, gets fouled 2 years ago, and ties it up. I couldn't even believe the game was a game the way it was going, and it just inexplicably happens. But those guys had some heartbreaking moments, and I know they're smiling. Like David's playing in a EuroLeague team in Israel. I know wherever the hell they're traveling right now, he's smiling, he's happy, and he knows he's a part of this. And John Newman and Odio Guama and Landers Nile, and I can't keep going because I'll leave people out. But those guys have helped us continue to take steps. And again, the goal now is to keep the program moving forward. But that's the thing I'm most proud of.
Ross and Scott.
2 points for Freeman on the second half, 0 for 4 from the field. Wes, what was the biggest change in terms of coverage, if anything, that you guys were able to slow him down?
Well, he
so
kicked
much?
our tail in the first half, didn't he? I mean, I think he had 16 at halftime. And he got a quick 7 early in the game, and some of them were just angles, right? Like he catches it on Aziz on kind of the left, right off the left box, and Aziz doesn't square him off, and he gets one. We closed out inappropriately to him, and we kind of raise up, and he gets an angle on the drive. I mean, we had a possession in the corner where Sean called timeout, and we came out of it and had a really good possession, don't get the rebound, and it comes back to him. So some of it was angles there. He converted them. The big three at the end of the first half we didn't like because we broke down on a ball screen coverage. But, guys, he's really good, and he's one of the best front court players in college basketball. Gosh, he's really experienced. I know he's been around a long time, and he had a really nice first half. I don't think we did anything special, but I thought we did a better job of staying between him and the basket. I thought early in the second half, I thought they made a concerted effort to get their shoulders downhill and really put pressure on us off the bounce. And we talked about in timeouts trying to get back to being the aggressor defensively, that they kind of were just turning the corner and putting fouls on us and that kind of thing. But so some of it could have been they were having some success doing that too. But he got a damn good look there at the end. I'm really glad it didn't go in. We were supposed to foul. I'm sitting there going, two catches. We talked about if they didn't catch it in the shooting motion, commit the foul. We practice that all the time. We actually practiced it 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And now we haven't practiced it a whole lot from out of bounds under, but which is different. We had a chance to talk about it over there. And I'm going, okay, he's not shooting it foul. And they passed it again. I'm going, oh, my God, foul. And then I look, crosstown shootout, of course. I mean, wide open three. But thank God he missed it, but he's a hell of a player.
Scott and Jason.
If I would have told you CMOS is going to go 1 for 7 on threes and Jizzle's going to miss all 11 of his shots, and you're going to win, are you looking at me any more crazier than you would anyway?
I would tell you that those are the games you're the most proud of as a coach. When the ball doesn't go in, and you don't have a great offensive night, and you find a way to win. I'd tell you, if you'd have told me that's what it's going to be, I'll say, well, I'll be a really proud coach. I wouldn't expect that to happen, and that won't happen very often. But the fact that we found a way to win, I'm really, really proud of this win.
Coach, I watched you walk off the court, and you were excited to say the least, pumping your arms and looking in the crowd. And was that a guy who just was letting it all out, getting your first win in this intense rivalry?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said,
Were you feeling the pressure coming in, or?
Honestly, I mean this honestly. When you choose the line of work we're in, you got to learn to have thick skin, and you can't do this job if you let external pressure affect you. And so I really I challenge these guys all the time, but I challenge myself to never be a guy that lets external pressure affect me, but in a light way. So no, I mean, if we'd have lost the game, I'd have stood up here and told you guys how much I love my team and we'll get better from this, okay? And I'd have been fine. But I like it here so much. And I do. I found a home. And I can handle it, but if you walk the streets of Cincinnati 365 days a year, you're going to hear about the Crosstown Shootout. And I'm glad for the next 364, I don't have to hear people talking crap to me like they have the last 3 years. And so that part in a light way, I like. But no, I wanted to win for our fans. I wanted to win for our players. And certainly you want to win a rivalry game. It's a big-time game. But if we would have lost, and we'll have moments that we have failure this year, we're going to go to bed and wake up and approach tomorrow the same way, work harder and get better.
Marshall, Caleb, Joe.
Dan, one of the biggest plays of this game was you getting your own rebound off of the free throw. So rarely does a shooter get their own rebound. What happened on that play?
I wanted to make the free throw. Make a clutch free throw, get back and get a stop. But
You made the first one.
made the first one, felt good. In my head, I was just like, "You got this." I was giving myself confidence. I shot it and I seen it coming off left, and I knew it was gonna be a high rebound, like it was gonna bounce high. I just felt it, and I seen a gap wide open. Somebody was boxing out, and I just ran up and grabbed it, and I knew I was gonna make it. When I got it, laid the ball up, and I was like, we gotta get a big stop now and win this game. So that was really it.
And then we fouled a three-point shooter.
Yeah, we fouled
it. But I'll give you my version of it. Dan's one of the best offensive rebounders in the country on the perimeter. If not, he can be the best. But that's the only damn time he went to the offensive board the whole game. So you only got to see those offensive running gifts because it's the only time he crashed the offensive board the whole damn game. So we're getting the rust off, but he'll be making plays like that, not just on free throws. But it was a big time play for our team. Put us up 5, I believe.
Did you leave early?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go early?
Definitely.
I'm just glad we made the layup.
Yeah, I know.
The one layup he missed.
From you.
I give him a hard time about that one.
Yeah. The one you threw like one time, you're not done.
When Seamus Lukosius tried to go behind the back to Z's, when he had an angled layup in transition, I saw dots. But again, we didn't play our best basketball, but we found a way, and that's Cincinnati basketball, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Coach, a couple for you back here in the middle. For Jizzle to have the type of game that he did shooting, 0 for 11, but then to step up there and score 2 of the biggest points of the game, what does that say about him?
Let me tell you guys something about Jizzle James. He was 0 for 11, and I have 0 worries about Jizzle James. 0. We see it every day, and he is the most everyday guy. And if you go from freshman year to this point as a sophomore, I've never had a kid that was more consistent in his work ethic and that much of an everyday guy at this stage in his career than Jizzle James. He's been dominating our practices since the summertime. I got 0 worries. I'm just, like I said, I'm proud that he won't go 0 for 11 again. But he goes 0 for 11 and we win, that's a good sign for our team.
You, in terms of this rivalry in itself, 2 years ago you sat right where you're sitting now and you said, we will get this right or I'll be in the grave. What is it like to sit there now and know that you at least got on the right side of this rivalry?
Yeah, like I said, guys, I feel great for our kids. I feel great for our program, our former players, our fans. I know how much this game means to everybody, and shoot, heck yeah, I feel better personally. If we'd have lost, I'd be miserable right now. But again, as I tell everybody, there's going to be failure, and sometimes the failure helps you learn and grow the most. And so when that happens, I'll be miserable, but we'll wake up and we'll work harder and get better, just like we're going to do tomorrow. We're not going to celebrate tonight and not be ready because we got a big time game coming up against another elite team in Dayton. So we can't celebrate here. We got to wake up tomorrow, work harder, and get better. And that'll be the mentality.
Neil, then Russ.
Coach, talk about the effort from Aziz Van Degen tonight. 12 points, 5 rebounds. Dillon turns an ankle there at the 8-minute mark. Aziz goes flying over the bench. Could you just talk us through what those 2 moments there meant for this team with their effort and toughness?
Yeah, again, talking about our guys, AZ's the guy I probably should give a little more credit to. He played 31 minutes tonight, and that's the most minutes we played him in a game this year. I thought he was pretty dang good now. And he goes 4 for 6 from the free throw line. He works his take. He keeps becoming a better free throw shooter because he works at it like crazy. And these guys will tell you. When we get water break in practice and all the guys go get water, AZ shoots free throws. I thought he was dang good tonight. We missed him behind the defense on a couple lobs. We underthrew a couple late in the game. But it was good to see him have some good moments. And, again, like a lot of our guys, he's not playing his best basketball yet, but it's coming. It was also good to see him make some plays on the ball, getting up to block some shots. Even a couple they called fouls on the ground, you saw him going up to find the right timing to get him because we know he can be one of the best shot blockers in college basketball.
Dan, you struggled in this game first couple times out, struggled in the first half. How satisfying was it to make that much of an impact in the second half, and did anything flip for you internally in the locker room, just thinking the time is now, I got to go make my impact on this rivalry?
I feel like my team kept lifting me up and holding me like to that standard of what we do every day, and felt like I was making an impact throughout the whole game, no matter if it was rebounding or scoring the ball or playing defense. My mind wasn't really on like just going to score or anything like that. I was just trying to do whatever it takes for the team, and to get this win, and just do all the little things. If the ball wasn't coming my way, or if the ball wasn't like coming my way when it comes to getting into the basket. So I really just I want to win this game more than anything, and I would do anything it takes to win this game, and that's what we did tonight as a team.
Last two, Scott and Ryan.
Dylan, are you feeling pretty good about going back to your neighborhood Target? And if so, might you buy some jammy pants like Dan's there?
He's got some.
I got some. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, like I said earlier, everywhere I go, since the day I got here to this city, that's all I heard about. The crosstown shootout was. It's all I heard. I've had people come up to me and say, "We don't care if y'all don't make the tournament. Just beat Xavier." I'm like, wow.
I've had people tell me that too.
Like, I'm speechless when they say that. I sit there and but I'm like, wow. Like, don't care about the tournament, just beat Xavier. But, it was a big win. Not only for, me and for the team, but, just for the guys that have been here. Obviously, they haven't beat them yet, so, that was the first win, and me being able to be a part of that helped them get that win. It was a lot of fun. So, I'll be walking around Target wearing this Cincy real proud like I always do, so.
Dylan, for a newer guy in this program, how impactful was it having a guy like Kenyon Martin back talking to you guys yesterday and then today after the game?
It was big. The things he did while he was here, how many times, it was just big. Like Coach said, having all these guys back to give you advice, and then you got guys like that in the crowd that he's loud, he's cheering. You see all the other former players in there cheering. It's just the fans, the former players, playing in that type of environment, it just pushed to another level. I felt like I didn't even feel like I was getting tired that game. I didn't feel tired. I was just so amped up to play, and it's all coming from them, coming from the fans, coming from seeing Kenyon right there on the court side, just being loud, and then just getting advice from him. He gave us some good advice yesterday, just about the blood, sweat, and tears, that all the former players have put into wearing Cincinnati on front of their chest. So just being a part of that legacy and just continue to get some wins in front of them.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Ryan.